Good morning. I'd like to give you an overview of how the fire department uses the mobile application to improve our response times. I've prepared a brief presentation to explain this. The presentation references Enterprise Fire Mobile, which is what we would like to use on the county system that already has the Enterprise Law Enforcement Field Mobile app in place. To start, I'll explain our current setup, then what will happen without Fire Mobile, the time savings associated with mobile, and finally a summary. In each firehouse, there are 3 screens that display mobile. These screens are located in areas where the firefighters often are, such as the kitchen, the office, and the radio room. These screens show us real-time data coming from the 911 center as the dispatcher enters it. When a new call is created in CAD by the dispatcher, a new entry appears on the screen with the address. Once the dispatcher has determined and selected an incident type, that appears on the screen. If the incident is a fire department incident, those firefighters assigned to that area of the city will begin to respond to the apparatus. Shortly after, the dispatcher approves the run card recommendation and assigns units to the call. The firehouse bells ring if a fire engine from that house is on the assignment. If the firefighters are not in an area with the screen, and they haven't already started going to the apparatus, the bells will notify them to respond to the apparatus for an alarm. All of this occurs prior to the actual radio dispatch. The radio dispatch begins after the bells. We're fortunate that our dispatchers are very fast and efficient. It usually only takes about 10 to 20 seconds after the bells for the tones to start. However, sometimes it can take over 60 seconds as the dispatcher is gathering more information about the incident, but they already know the address and the type of incident.
Do not want to call us mobile lights requesting to respond for a subject in the creek with a leg injury, Brookside Avenue and Washington Street. Being 2, engine 2, call us mobile lights to respond for a subject in the creek with a leg injury, Brookside Avenue and Washington Street. Time now 7:01.
Each radio dispatch begins with the tones and the warble. If only the fire department is assigned, the tones and warble take 8 seconds. If EMS is also assigned, the tones and warble take 11 seconds. After the warble, the dispatcher begins the radio announcement for the alarm. What will happen without Fire Mobile? The firefighters will not start moving to their apparatus until notified that their apparatus is assigned by hearing that radio dispatch we just heard. The time between when the incident type appears on the mobile screen and when the dispatcher states the assigned apparatus is approximately 50 seconds. This is the time for a structure fire assignment that I've gathered. Our dispatchers always move fast, but they probably move even faster when a caller states that their house is on fire. The only time in the response that can be controlled is when firefighters are notified of an alarm. We cannot control how long it takes for the dispatcher to select the incident type. We cannot control how long it takes to walk to the fire apparatus. We cannot control how long it takes to put on turnout gear. We cannot control how long it takes to drive from the firehouse to the incident scene. I reviewed the times for 73 actual structure fires between August 2014 and July 2021. The average time from the call was first entered into the CAD as a new call to when the fire department was on scene was 4 minutes and 23 seconds. Without the early notification from mobile, we can estimate that the average time will be 5 minutes and 13 seconds. Having mobile allows the fire department to arrive on scene 16% faster than we otherwise would. The City of Poughkeepsie Fire Department has one of the fastest on-scene times in Dutchess County. Why does this all matter to the fire department? Several reasons. Fire spreads very rapidly. A person can bleed to death within minutes. Mobile has created the fastest on-scene times we've ever had in the history of the department. Not having mobile will increase on-scene time for the fire department, how long it takes us to get to the scene. Not having mobile will increase ambulance on-scene time. Not having mobile will result in more property damage and death in the city. We recently learned about the new flock safety system that the mayor spoke about at the State of the City address. This is a great tool for the city. The mayor acknowledges that when something happens, seconds do matter. We agree that seconds matter for police, fire, and EMS. Next, I have this picture and 3 short video clips to show. The first picture is from a fire recently on North Clinton Street. If you look to the right of the screen, you can see where the side of the house was burning prior to the fire department putting water on it. To the left is the adjacent house, which was not far from having its siding catch fire. The siding on the house that did catch fire allowed the fire to rapidly travel up the side of the house, into the soffit and into the cockloft, which resulted in a significant amount of fire. But we were able to contain it to the building of origin and limit the amount of damage because we got there quickly. This is a video clip from a fence that was on fire between 2 houses on Cannon Street. If the fire had not been extinguished quickly, it would have easily caught both houses on fire. This video clip is from a fire on North Hamilton Street, similar to the first picture. You can see that the siding is melting and smoking on the house adjacent. If we had not gotten there quickly and put water on the house next door, we would have had 2 houses on fire. In this final video clip, please pay attention to the conditions at the front door when the firefighters first arrived. You're going to see in a moment how quickly conditions can change in a matter of seconds with a fire. This is from a fire on Winnicott Avenue. In conclusion, I'd like to ask you to help us to keep our pre-alert by using Fire Mobile, which will only see and have access to the City of Poughkeepsie Fire Department calls. This will keep the fire department fast and effective, something we really pride ourselves in. Losing this pre-alert will be moving the department backwards and will hurt the citizens of the city. The fire department is ready to collaborate with our partners and stakeholders in implementation of this critical piece of the emergency response platform.